my clock, Canons was 6.4. Now they've got to go to work. We're going to head for the Rahal land and see what the story is for Kenny Breck.
Yeah, I would suspect you're going to have to run, Gary, because you're going to be in there fairly quickly. Breck picks up the lead. Oh, and Zanardi, with a terrible crash. Yellow is out. Zanardi coming out in turn 1. Loses control of the car.
We are racing. Honda Indy 300, 70 laps ahead of us, and what a charge from Kara. Gets ahead of the Armada.
Yellow flag, there's an incident already. Someone has lost it in the mist there, I believe. Yeah, there's a huge shunt. A huge shunt. Fernandez is involved. We've got cars ripped apart here, and that's entirely predictable. There was conjecture before the start as to whether they'd run single or double file. They went back to the standard and conventional starting process. Takaji's in there, one of the players' Forsyth cars, red flag. So that is... Oh dear, someone's upside down and burned.
Spray, as you can imagine, when they got on the gas out of the Honda hairpin.
The overhead shot. Now this, Adrian's backed it in. Oh, there's massive contact there. Oh my goodness me, that is shocking. Nakano has gone in massive speed.
Straight
has absolutely ploughed into Takaji, who's launched over Fernandez. That is a frightening racing car incident, folks. On board with Michael Andretti. Look at this. All of a sudden launches into the back of one of the players' cars, and my goodness me, how did he get out of that? We know that Michael is okay, folks. What an unbelievable scene.
But we are not too sure about Tora Takagi. I didn't see Vassar in that earlier shot of the stationary car. That is a massive...
As soon as they cross the flag next time, it's going to be close as we look at the battle with Catherine Legg, Oil Service.
Oh my goodness!
Oh my God! Massive accident. Oh my God! That is the motor. A car, the tub landed upside down.
That is the kink.
I don't know who that is.
Well, course yellow.
We don't know who that is right now, but that is the fastest part of the track. Down at the exit of the kink there, turn 11. That is a very, very scary place indeed. And that is, of course, going to bring out a full course caution. And we've all got our fingers crossed here. That is a very, very scary place to go off the road. AJ Allmendinger still leads.
Catherine, you got a copy?
Catherine.
Because this is the scariest moment, I think, of the season. There is the flap off her rear wing that comes off at about 160 miles an hour. And she just absolutely wallops the wall backwards. The car climbs the fence immediately and begins to roll. But here's the big one. She hits it so hard. Look how high the car goes. Brakes the engine and gearbox off. And she comes out to smile.
What will happen? He's got to be thinking inside his cockpit right now.
Whoa! Big crash!
Major incident. Kenny Breck getting way high up into the fence.
Is stabilizing. Here is the replay of what happened. Breck on the high side of Thomas Schechter down the backstretch. At the end of the backstretch, there's the contact, and Breck's car up into the wall, virtually splitting in half. And here is the shot now from the end of the backstretch. It's a crash very reminiscent of Davey Hamilton's accident here a few years ago, in which he sustained very severe leg damage. The catch fence keeping the car contained inside the racetrack, but still resulting in a lot of damage.
They come into 3, Scotty.
Actually, you can see on the very underside what a ride that was. Remember we had last year with Buddy Rice getting airborne coming out of turn 2 when they touched wheels. And here's the situation. Briscoe going underneath. Barron trying to come down on the racetrack. They both are going for the same piece of real estate. And what ends up happening is those rubber tires touch, and then all of a sudden the car starts to go in the air. Remember, we're going 215 miles an hour. Look at all the debris that's going all around the racetrack. This will be a long cleanup time.
Certainly destroyed, but you can see Mike moving inside the car. He's going on the inside of Ryan Hunter-Reay. This reminds me almost of Dan Weldon's crash here in turn 3 and 4 quite a few years ago, and the car is up into the fence, which is almost reminiscent of Kenny Breck's accident at Texas quite a few years ago, guys. Very, very lucky.
You know, he was incredibly lucky that he did not go head into that fence. That is a horrible impact.
Wow. All right, let's go on board from Helio Castroneves' point of view.
You can see Mike was trying for some reason to go on the inside.
Wow, he almost collected Anna Beatrice. Now from Ryan Hunter-Reay's car.
So you can see that he got hit on the inside and up over the top, and you can see Ryan Hunter-Reay moving his hands, and he looks up in front of him and he goes, my gosh, I can't believe that.
Oh, wow. Oh, so close. Unreal.
This championship is going to go all the way to the final. Whoa, that's a huge crash. EJ Viso was at Marco Andretti. There's 4 or 5 cars involved in that. Turn 10 for the final time. It's a Penske day. It's a Will Power day in Houston. Dario Franchitti. That is a nasty.
And there's the marbles on the outside there. Sato gets loose.
Oh, no. Oh, my goodness. That is a horrifying ride for Dario Franchitti.
Oh, man. That is an oval crash we've seen before, and we hate to see that kind of impact.
Sato,
oh, boy. Look at the debris go through. Oh, boy. And fencing. Yeah, it does look like there might be some debris into the grandstands as well. That is a violent impact.
Fortunately, the fence kept the car in the racetrack.
This is Graham Rahal arriving on the scene.
Full course yellow, full course yellow. Can you get through there?
So Sato gets loose, and Dario's got nowhere to go. That is a thundering blow.
Мощность у них была более высокая, а мы смотрим, что было у Михаила Алешина, вспоминаем, вот та самая авария, он наехал здесь на белую линию, и очень жуткая была авария, несколько раз машина перевернулась. Я думаю, что здесь на самом деле просто машина Диксона, которая двигалась снизу, сняла то, что называется поток воздуха с крыльев на машине Михаила. В итоге его эвакуировали из машины.
Ontario's James Hinchcliffe was taken to hospital and underwent emergency surgery on his upper left thigh following a crash during an Indianapolis 500 practice run today. Hinchcliffe had just posted a lap speed of 221 miles per hour when an apparent failure to his front right suspension sent him slamming into the wall on corner 3. After the crash, the 4-time Indycar winner was awake when taken by ambulance to local hospital. The accident comes just a day after IndyCar sanctioned reduced speeds and increased downforce after having 3 drivers slip their cars within the last week. IndyCar temporarily shut down the track to conduct an investigation.
The new guard was on fresh rubber. Numerous cars, about 16, 17 of them that had already hit it. New guard was among them and fresh tires, fresh rubber. 624 laps complete, 248 laps remaining. And right now, starts third. We have a motion fourth. Will Power. first round of stops that we had going on. This
Team is bringing the fight to those two very large teams, and that is the fastest first lap, the fastest 2 laps that we have seen by a big distance.
Both in the 231s, the first driver to put any lap in the 231. So far, trouble! Oh, what a crash! What a terrible crash!
Up and over, car flipped. Came back, up and over.
That was a hard hit. He's fine. Wow. That just shows you what.
Here comes the red machine, the Lucas Oil entry of Canada's Robert Wickens.
Oh, that's going to be tight through there.
Early touch. Oh, my God. Oh, that's Robert Wickens. And his teammate is into him as well, James Hinchcliffe. That was ugly. That was frightening.
Big. Well, here's Wickens inside, got a wheel up on Hunter-Reay. They touch there, Hunter-Reay goes, and then Wickens just climbs the left rear, and really don't need to say more. It's just total destruction of the Wickens chassis. Parts flying everywhere. You see Pietro Fittipaldi and Hinchcliffe getting together. But the best news is we heard that Wickens was awake and alert and off for additional medical care.
Very, very similar to the accident that happened at Indy with Mike Conway.
Pretty well smoked on the front straightaway. Now Ryan Hunter-Reay is to the inside. Huge crash. Hunter-Reay, Sato. Oh no, and Rossi is in it.
A lot of cars.
Up in the fence is Rosenquist.
This is disastrous for Rossi in the championship. His teammate was involved like he was last year in turn 2. Sato's involved. Car upside down. Real racy at the start of the event again. And
so watch Hunter-Reay in the yellow car. Hunter-Reay's going to make a move on Rossi, go to the inside. Sato goes to the outside. They're now 3 wide.
They just squeezed him. Sato just came
down
over
on Rossi.
Yeah, he just came down on top of Rossi and then swept everybody out. Oh, look at that.
Oh,
look at that.
Man.
Up in the fence. So very hard hit for Rosenquist. Very, very lucky.
I'm so glad that Rosenquist stayed out of the fence in terms of the whole car getting up there.
Oh, yeah.
So here we get a good head-on shot. I'm not sure what Sato thought he was clear maybe and tried to get a draft off Dixon.
Yeah, I don't know what he was doing in that situation. He just kind of turned down across those guys, and there was a car in the middle. Rossi was in the sandwich.
Well, we have an onboard
in the middle of it, so we'll get an onboard with Rossi. Look at this. Already banging wheels already. So close, but here, watch Sato, and then he just turns on him.
Oh, and Hunter-Reay was kind of tight down below.
No steering for Rossi now.
I think everybody was trying to go after the single car toe, the draft from Scott Dixon. You had 3 wide and 1 in front. Hunter-Reay on board.
Passing his teammate here, so he's on the inside clear of him. Then watch Sato he tries to shoot that gap, and it was not there.
Not on at all.
I would say at this point, Ryan Hunter-Reay saying, I might be done with Pocono. 2 really scary crashes in 2 years.
Sato collected just about everybody, and it sends Rosenquist up. So similar to Wickens last year. He's so lucky that that didn't get into the fence. And it ripped the front of the nose right off the car.
He's lucky that the bottom side of the car impacted the wall of the fence on its side.
He's built a big gap, but Charlie Kimball is still in front of Sato, circulating much slower.
Oh, big crash.
Boy. Into the attenuator.
No. That's right, hitting that Spencer Piggott.
This is going to cause a red flag for sure, because they're going to want to finish this under green.
Right at the pit attenuator, right on the very end.
That's a big crash.
Oh boy. Trump in spectacular style, and
replays
not
already way loose, loses it, brushes the wall, not super hard, and then it just hooks itself, and that's the worst case scenario right there.
He's going over 100 miles an hour and comes to effectively a full stop. Listen here.
is why we have this new safer screen, because I really believe, Townsend, that just saved his life. Those tires, if those tires would have come over the top of the car and hit him in the head, yeah, who knows what would have happened.
So he gets to see the target, and then he knows that he's in for a wallop of a hit.
Oh, big crash. Felix Rosenqvist. Oh, my goodness.
I bet I know where that is. I think that's onto the back straightaway. And what we've seen in years past is a driver hitting the right front on the concrete wall at the apex. Serious pain there. And it looks like the front end of the nose pretty heavily compromised. Let's see if my theory holds true. Oh, boy. Almost went out of the park. It's right on board.
It sounded like the throttle stuck.
Holy cow. The throttle did stick.
Enter your mind.
Immediately. You're in a bit of shock. Oh! Wow. Huge credit to the aero screen. We get another long shot of it. We did see some tire smoke, but it's unclear if that would be from a locked tire. More than likely, that would have been Simon trying to get... Oh, my goodness. You can see his hands pulled back to his chest, probably grabbing his shoulder belts. And again, I'm going to go back to the good news of that, if there is any, is that
Peter O'Ward came in third.
McLaughlin doing a great job there on those used greens. Well used as Pato O'Ward sideways, and Marcus Ericsson. Oh boy! Oh my goodness! Santino Ferrucci launches inverted.
And just about a third of the field has been collected. The big one here.
See, and we know that it starts with Pato O'Ward, who just gets in a little wide, a little hot, spins around. Ericsson locks up, nowhere to go.
I think that was Pietro got into Pato O'Ward first.
I believe you're right.
Then Nolan Siegel.
Ferrucci seemingly having nowhere to go. Let's see again this incredible angle.
And watch Pelot, the championship leader, just barely gets by there, and he has to hang on to it. There was a big wiggle. Who clipped
Ericsson.
him?
I think this is Pietro
That's
Fittipaldi
Pietro.
in the hub car, and then Ferrucci.
And then Pourchaire.
Wow.
Hits his teammates.
Fencing did a great job keeping
Really
that car
did.
inside the track. Coming right back to where it should. Nolan Siegel,
That was
big
Siegel,
contact as
yeah.
well.
Pourchaire got through. That was Siegel.
Yeah.
And that's more robust, sort of FIA grade fencing than we would have seen a few years ago here. Another angle.